up to the boys. Fox and Shane, set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but it put it down red. Can't let that go in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
What's up?
And as always, we've got Churchy.
I'm in the void.
In the void. Today, we are talking about Gameapalooza 2.
It's a sequel to an event.
Yeah.
Explain the original premise of the movie.
The original script was that Oliver was coming over from Adelaide.
Yeah.
And we got some lads together and we played some games.
So for the geographically disadvantaged, like those that don't live in Australia.
Yep.
Or the oceanic region.
Yep.
How far from Adelaide? It's like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, 8.5. It's like 750 Ks or something like that.
What's that in freedom units?
It's like 1.6 kilometers to the mile.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to say it's like 600 miles.
I'm going to say it's like a million miles.
It's at least 10.
It's 10 football fields away. Like, oh, that's quite close. Walking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 hours drive. He drove down here originally for Gameapalooza 1, of which we played many games.
We've played many games.
The sequel to that.
It is. It is a sequel. He lugged most of his hobby stuff with him down, including 2 full chain of command armies, just a bucket load of terrain.
Yeah.
2 Warhammer 40k armies, Battlefleet Gothic, which we didn't play.
We played that last time, actually.
We did.
Yeah, I remember that's the only time I played Battlefleet. Battle Feet. Speaking of feet, this episode is sponsored to you by socks.
Mountain Culture socks.
Of which we are wearing all kinds today. I have cock socks. You have Mountain Culture socks. Rory has Grimace, as in McDonald's Grimace Shake, Grimace socks. Yep. And Churchy has black socks to keep in line with the rest of his outfits that he has ever worn.
Hey, he's got a green coat.
So no one... Yeah, I mean, we don't see it, though.
No.
Because it's not summer.
It's in the void.
It's in the void.
Do you know these socks were sent to me by Gritty?
I do, because I have some that look very different, but also socks sent to me by Gritty, because he sends us socks.
He sends us socks.
Because he's a thoughtful soul.
Yep.
Other people, these characters we're mentioning, Gritty, Oliver, members of the Discord. These are people we only know because we started this weird little podcast.
Yeah.
And people enjoyed it. Well, not Oliver. He hated it at first, but then he learned to love it.
He hated it, but he forced himself to love it, I guess.
We forced him to love it.
We forced him to love us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what's that thing? What's that?
Stockholm Syndrome.
That's the one, thank you.
Yeah.
We finished each other's
sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly. So, Gameapalooza 2, Oliver drove down with all of his shenanigans.
Yep.
Day 1 that he gets here, what's the first thing you whip out and play with him? Tabletop games. Tabletop games.
Whip out together?
It must have been...
it was D&D with you guys.
I think the first thing you played with him... Oh, on the Thursday night?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because he's our resident DM.
Yep.
We were looking for a little something to do after the podcast.
And by this point, it was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was getting on in the eve.
But we'd had a few brewskis.
And we didn't have work on Friday.
We weren't ready to go home.
No.
And Churchy was like, why don't we just play D&D?
Yeah.
And then Oliver spotted from across the room on your shelf here somewhere.
D&D starter set.
It was like, you got the starter set. And you opened it and like half was missing, which is wild because you've never mentioned playing it.
I don't remember.
And you don't remember playing it.
There's characters written up too.
Yeah.
There
was characters written up and Churchy. Shane was like, I don't know, you guys are the same to me. If I squint, I don't know which one I'm talking to. I'll be honest.
Hey, come on. I haven't got a beard like Churchy does.
That's true.
Couldn't grow a beard.
He's got hair on his head.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's all just one like half head of hair.
or we stand like slightly in front of each other. It's like a full head with a beard.
Yeah.
And then he's like, who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? Is that Rory? Anyway, so you don't remember playing it, but you had missing instructions.
Missing rule book.
But you had character sheets that had been filled out by people whose handwriting you didn't recognize. Which is amazing.
Maybe someone broke in and played D&D.
It suits.
Who knows?
It fits.
Who knows? So we played D&D the first night.
Which was a lot of fun.
Ollie
just grabbed the DM board, gave us some character sheets, and we played a thing where we beat off some kobolds. Yeah, and then we slayed together. Well, mostly Churchy, but you and I died. You died a lot.
I was a wizard. You guys were meant to tank it. I'm a what?
Yeah, you were a wizard.
You guys are meant to tank it, and like I said to Ollie, I'm like, how do I not die? And he's like, don't get hit.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just like, how am I supposed to? He's like, if these guys were in combat, I'm like, cool.
Oh, I missed that conversation. I was just like,
that's why.
man, Shane's bad at this game. He keeps dying. This wizard's garbage.
I had shocking grip or something.
You had a tight grip.
A tight grip on the kobolds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So we played that. Then Thursday night, obviously, we did our RPG episode.
Yeah.
And then come Friday morning, we played Chain of Command.
Yeah, so you and Ollie played it.
Yep.
And I wandered over at some point.
Yeah, sort of mid-morning. You rocked up, and then we got lunch.
Yeah, you guys were mid-game, and I looked in and Ollie was having a blast. Ollie's like, I'm destroying Shane.
Yep.
And you look like a shell of a human. I was like, oh, Shane's not having a good time. And you're like, I'm very hungry. So then we went and got lunch.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and then you guys taught me Chain of Command, which, man, like, even when I was watching you, I was falling in love with that game.
Yeah, man. There's so many aspects to it that are just easy to fall in love with. Like, obviously, that era in that historical sort of time is very interesting. Like, I've always been interested in that sort of World War II sort of thing, and being able to represent those battles on the tabletop and the depth that they can go into.
Yeah,
pretty awesome. Like, pretty awesome.
I did love, like, when I rocked up and because we're used to pretty linear war games, and you were like, I was like, what's that over there? You're like, oh, that's smoke. I smoked that off. He's got a mortar over there that's taking pot shots, and there's a sniper up on that hill. But I got this MMG here that's just like holding that angle, and Ollie's like, yeah, I don't want to move around. That MMG's tearing me up. I'm like, oh, there's just so many layers to it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And platoon level, it's not crazy where it's like there's tanks everywhere and big units doing crazy things. It's just like, it's the little guys. It's the boots on the grind.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny the wording of the groups. Like, you've got sections which are like 2 fire teams. Might be like riflemen and a LMG team and a corporal, or a junior leader. Excuse me, I just bashed the microphone.
Beat the shit out of the mic, dude.
But it was funny, like, explaining
Mike.
that to you, and then you're like, this section's an activate, and you're like, okay, but what about, like, what makes this a section? And it's like, no, this unit is a section.
I was like, you say unit?
Like, yeah, once that, then it makes sense, right? You got to start thinking of it, like, I guess in more terms that we're familiar with, like, because I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is it? I'm like, okay, this is a unit, then it's got your 2 fire teams in there and whatever. But,
and it matters too, because you roll dice at the start of your turn, and you use those dice to activate your things.
Yeah.
But you can only activate what you roll.
Yep.
Every dice roll is indicative of what you can do. So it's like, I think a 1 a fire team.
1's a fire team, yep. 2
is a section. 3 is a junior leader, I guess.
Yep.
Or it's like a support or something.
Junior leader.
What's a support? I think a support's 2, actually.
Support is generally comes under a fire team.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Right. So it's like, oh, okay, I rolled a 2, so I have to activate a section.
Yeah.
But if you activate a junior leader, he can activate his section.
Yeah.
But you can't activate a section more than once.
No.
So you wouldn't want to go, I'll activate this section, then I'll activate that junior leader from that section, because then his action's kind of wasted.
He's already activated.
Yeah. And so it's very cool. It's very cool. I love that aspect of it. But then if you roll a 6, it becomes a chain of command dice?
A 5 does.
Oh, right.
A 6 is ignored unless you roll 3 of them, I think.
All right.
And then, or 2, or maybe it's 2, and then the turn ends, because you activate in phases.
Yeah.
So your turn is your phase.
Yeah.
So it alternates back and forth,
Phase
each
to
rolling
phase.
the dice, and then until someone rolls double 6s, which ends the turn. And if you roll triple 6s, then you end the turn, and you also go first the next turn.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Can you also use your chain of command dice to force the end of a turn?
You can, yeah. So every time you roll a 5, you get like 1 pip of your chain of command dice, and you move that value up. Once you get to a 6, you've got 1 dice. that you can use to spend on anything. So you
Sure.
can use it to force the end of a turn. You can use it to order like another off table mortar or artillery barrage.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things that I'm not familiar with, but it's pretty cool. It's a very cool mechanic.
Yeah, I liked, and like it's quite a complicated game.
Yeah.
In terms of it's got a lot of moving parts, but also I felt like it was pretty intuitive. So like every rule that you guys told me, it just sank.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I don't need to hear that again. I get it. It makes sense in the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what that unit does. Like I feel like I played it once. Do we even play it a full time through?
Nah, like usual.
And yeah. Classic. That's us.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could teach someone how to play that.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty rare. I've only ever had that a couple times with games, and they're usually a fair bit lighter. So, chain of command of the whole Gameapalooza was a highlight for me.
Yeah.
So much so that I went out and bought us 2 armies.
You did. Yeah.
That we can build and paint and use for that.
Chain of command.
Chain of command.
Keep an eye out for that. We'll you bought me the Germans, the winter Germans. And you bought yourself some Soviets.
Yeah, that's it. And I thought we'll just do a cool Eastern Front table and some winter themed stuff and and have at it.
It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait for it. And the fact that you ordered them on Friday, and they're here now, and they were here.
Well, I didn't get they didn't even see the order till like Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like closed over the weekend, public holidays or whatever, and so they packed it Monday morning and it rocked up Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning, yeah. So and Tuesday was a public holiday too. So someone was putting in work.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
those Oz postcards going 24/7.
Yeah. So Chain of Command was a massive part. I played 2 other times with Ollie, and heaps of fun playing as the Canadians and the Germans, which he spent the last, I don't know, like it feels like eternity, but it was probably like 4 weeks just pumping out these models to get them done, printing them off. The Canadians only became available like 2 weeks prior.
Oh wow!
So he printed them, 3D printed them, painted them, had them all ready to go for.
And the terrain he brought over gave us like so many unique, interesting tables. Like, you guys played on a table that looked completely different, and then when we went to play, we were just like, oh, let's change it up a little. Yeah, we moved the exact same terrain around,
just shuffled it,
and it just looked completely different. It was awesome.
Yeah, chuck some roads on there, some crop fields, some little buildings, and some bocages. Bocages.
Everyone needs more bocages. So what was the next game after that you played?
1-page rules.
All of us on the Saturday?
Yeah. Which was mental. 8 players.
Yeah.
Of Grimdark Future. 750 points each, I think it was.
Yep.
That took like 5 hours.
It actually took like 5 hours. Because we half set up, then we had lunch.
Yep.
Then we
had half a dozen beers. And then we started playing.
Yeah, and that was the mistake.
That was the handicap there.
The time cap.
And by the end of it, like people weren't keeping track of their activations, and it was like,
it was.
Hang on, you've already gone like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. End of turn.
Did I get skipped? Why is he all the way back here?
Yeah. Anyway, Churchy won that one.
Yeah.
Zombies.
The zombies.
Sheer number of zombies on the board.
Especially because we were playing how many bodies can you get in the middle.
It was a king of the hill.
Yeah. We just wanted to force everyone into chaos in the middle.
Yeah. It didn't work because Ollie just turned on me.
Yeah, what the heck?
I was like, I haven't even left my deployment zone yet.
In Ollie's defense, we decided the actual objective after he'd had his first turn. So he sent like a scout walker like into your thing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, you know what? We should actually make conditions. Like, we actually need a way to win this.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but I've already gone. We're like, you can move it back. He's like, I wouldn't change anything. It's funny because he'd been beaten up on you all weekend in Chain of Command.
It didn't stop after that.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I'm like, I'm feeling very victimized here.
And he was like, oh, what's something different I could do? Move my army into Shane's army, ignore the conditions to win the game, and destroy him.
Yep. And it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked, yeah.
It worked.
I remember I looked over and I think at one point you just had 3 models. I was like, Shane, what happened to you? And you just like, Ollie.
I had 3 models for about 3 turns, I reckon.
And then he did the same in Battletech.
Yeah, yeah, he did. We played some Hexamex.
Hexamex, so the one-page
Mega
rules
Hex.
BattleTech.
Yep.
Yep.
And he did the same thing.
Just went for you.
Just went for me. I'm just like, I'm giving you my hospitality.
Yeah, I opened my house to you, and this is how you repay me. Wow.
Yeah. You were my brother. Yeah. So that was
brother to me, Oliver.
that was how the weekend went.
Your new empire. That's what I imagine you said to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was how the weekend went. The entire weekend.
went, yeah, but it was great to get everyone together. Like, we had Penny coming down from the Murray River. Corowa is in now.
Yeah.
So that's like 4-hour drive.
Aggro's
Aggro's come over the other side of the city, so his was like 2.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
Rory came from like 1:50 that way.
Legend. Churchy from Little River.
Churchy from Little River. Burnsy as well. He had
From Bacchus.
he had a bit of a hike too. So
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
these are all hour treks.
Yeah.
Well, except for you guys.
Except for
You're
you
here
two
every
guys.
week.
Yeah. So
It was a very cool, eclectic group of individuals. How did Hexamex go? Because it's like a lot of these people, Penny and Rory and Churchy, haven't played a ton of one-page rules.
No.
So we had to like give them sheets and basically say everything you need to know is on that sheet.
Yeah.
And then, which is a little bit easier with Grimdark Future, but I imagine Hexamex attacks.
They didn't play. They were gone.
Oh, that makes it easier.
I think.
I played.
Oh yeah, you
Churchy
played.
played.
Yeah. You nearly won too.
Well, not
think.
really, but I had a couple of objectives for a bit. But
Yeah.
I knew I was done for because
Yeah.
I kind of just like spread my guys out against aggro and
Of course.
Yeah. Multi
Burnsy.
opponents.
Yeah.
and then I knew I was like going down. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
had fun though.
Yeah. So the one-page rules Mecha Hex. It was the list building took a little bit to put together because you get your points and you purchase your chassis and then your upgrades are basically free. You're just
Sure.
limited to like how many slots you have on the type of mech that you've got, whether it's a light or a heavy or
You probably had to
use the
sort
tanks.
through Burnsy's mechs and find stuff that was appropriate for the list you were making and things.
Oh, we didn't really do WYSIWYG.
So it was a bit proxies, really.
Pretty
It's
much.
like this mech is this thing that I said it was.
Yeah.
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 That's cool. Were the big tankier ones bigger models? or-
Yeah. Like, and you'd use like the flea or whatever it's called. Matt Mason, the 3D printing.
Yeah.
I think you printed me off these a while ago.
Yeah, heaps of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, but a lot of Burnsy's stuff, I feel like, is the things I printed for him.
Yeah.
And he did a great job of painting these things.
Oh, he did. He's done awesome. And like, he's done a lot since we played at Gameapalooza 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
As you should for the sequel. We turned it up.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
We turned it up. I'm sad I missed it. I wanted to see his mechs. Even the whole time I was like, I need to just like see your mechs. Some shout out I didn't get to see him, but
Yeah.
we'll have him on the podcast soon.
Have to.
Record some Hexamex attacks and backs.
So yeah, well, we played bits of everything. It was a huge weekend. Even Ollie and I, in between all the chaos going on, we played a few games of Mists over Carcassonne, which is a cooperative version of the classic Carcassonne.
Would you play with Caitlin a fair bit, Carcassonne?
I played it. Yeah. That was our go-to game for a while.
Yeah,
it was
sweet.
like, let's just break out Carcassonne because it's so easy. You pick up a tile and you play a tile.
That's easy. Even I can do that.
Any
and I'm a
idiot.
moron. So that's cool.
Yeah.
We should play that.
We should.
Hey, we also played Call of Cthulhu. Is that what it's called?
No.
Cthulhu.
Eldritch Horror.
Cthulhu's Goodera.
Yeah. Eldritch Horror.
Eldritch Horror.
Yep. We played that. That was when was that? Sunday.
Okay, it's
night?
all blurs into one
It was a
strange
massive
weekend.
And you know what? Because I didn't work Monday and Tuesday was public holiday. The weekend feels like it was a dream.
A fever dream.
Fever dream. Yep.
Yeah.
Like it was just like it came and went, and then I had a weekend, and then I was back to work on a
It was like
Wednesday.
1 second you were cooking food on the barbie and people were putting beers in a wheelbarrow and then there was some games and then it was Tuesday.
I was like, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, wow.
I don't want to work tomorrow.
Blech.
Blech.
I thought that was a great game. The one that I don't know the name for.
Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've mentioned it on the podcast before and lightly explained how it plays, but I
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, it's really good.
Was that the first time you played it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of moving parts.
I remember
So many decks.
Yeah, a lot of different cards.
Yep.
How many times have you played it? Because the way you and Oliver... So you and Oliver both said you played it before.
I played it twice solo.
And had he played it before as well?
Yes. Yeah,
And then
He
you guys
played
hit
with
the rules like you'd never seen the game. Because I was like, oh, this is going to be good. These guys are just going to be combined knowledge, 3 games between them. And then you were just like, all right, so what do we do first? And Oliver's like, well, let's have a look. And I'm like, why do you... Well, I don't understand.
He's like, you find the expedition cards. And I'm like, which one's the expedition card? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm just
didn't you
like-
guys just tell me you've both played before?
He's like, I'm like, haven't you got like a legend which tells you what cards what?
I'm like, why is he reading the rules like he's never played them? Why is Shane more confused than me? So we played a game that we basically had never played before, apparently.
We won though.
We did win.
Yeah.
It's a cooperative game where you fight against
An elder god.
an elder god. We
Yep.
fought against, I don't even know.
Yog-Sothoth.
Yeah, there, good well, yeah. And what's that in Ralachian?
Yog-Sothoth.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah, no, that was good. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was an underrated game that you just have hidden up here somewhere.
I don't know why I don't play it more, but then I realized setting it up is the game.
I feel like, yeah, setting it up is a big thing for that game. As much as other equally complex board games. But I feel like if you repped it, you'd know the rules and then it would be easy to set up.
True. That's
The biggest thing was like working out what all the cards were. But
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
played it this week, I feel like we'd remember.
Yep.
But anyways, we're not going to, so we'll forget. And
But we powered through it pretty quick. Like I was expecting that to go for like 4 hours.
that's right, because
It's like 2 though, wasn't it?
maybe it was only 2.
I feel like it was pretty quick. Like you got around 8-ish, maybe 10:30. Maybe
Yeah,
2
you're
and a
right.
half.
Yeah, maybe
But obviously set up.
maybe 2.5 to 3 with setup and
Yeah.
learning and everything is actually really good. Yeah, we did slay it though.
Yeah.
We did slay it. Although we thought I guess that speaks to how difficult the game can be because we thought we powered through this and just dominated it.
Yeah.
And then we looked and it's like, oh, we're actually only 5 of those points away from losing and 6 of those. So yeah, I know it can be a brutal game as
Yep.
I've heard. So it was good. I liked it.
It was good. It was good fun.
What was your favorite game over the entire weekend that you played?
Oh, good question. I don't know, man. Just like bits of everything, really. Like just the weekend itself was just so much fun, and
Yeah.
like something that like would be awesome to plan. You know, do it again next year.
Yeah.
Make it an annual thing, a tradition, or something.
Make
like
it a
that.
thing.
Make it a thing. But I don't know. In like probably Chain of Command. Have to be.
Yeah.
It's the game that we ripped the most.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
So, yeah.
it was really good. I do like too the different ways they've got I like that everything is quite balanced
Yeah.
in that, you know, you're usually taking about 30 people and a couple of supports and so is your opponent in a patrol game, but there's also a little bit of customization in the list building.
Yeah.
I was looking and Ollie was saying that Russians can, because I was like, oh, I got 70 guys in the starter box, but you
Yeah.
say I only need 30. He's like, oh, you could take them as green, so they're not as good,
Yep.
but you take more of them. You could take like 50. And I was like, oh, there you go. And he's
Yeah.
like, and you could spend some support points to get an extra squad.
Yeah.
I was like, now we're getting up there.
The support points are really cool. Like it adds you. Yeah, you can change your army every game. You might have 6 points, and you can take a couple of points of mortars, which are like 2 points. Some snipers,
Yep.
or a sniper. You can even take like things like barbed wire or minefields.
Yeah, satchel charges.
Yeah.
You know, we've had MJ sort of playing through her Chain of Command campaign.
Yep.
And some of the stuff she was doing, I thought was her like adding flavor to the, like adding fluff to the way the game played.
Yep.
But now after having seen it played and playing the game, I was like, she was actually doing these things.
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
actually jumping there and throwing the satchel charges on and
Yep.
detonating it. And
Because you can charge a tank, and if you roll your dice and kill the tank, then you can say, "Yeah, I satchel charged it" or whatever. But
Yeah.
in Chain of Command,
actually paid for the satchel charges and pulled it off.
Yeah. You're not
Yeah.
going to kill that tank without the satchel charge.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no charging this tank and bayoneting it to death in this game.
Yeah. Just pure melee.
Shovels, just denting it. Yeah, it was very cool. It was very fun. A great sequel. One of the few sequels that equals or beats its predecessor. Loved it.
What was your favourite part of the weekend?
Oh man, it was fun. It was Eldritch Horror was a lot of fun. Chain of Command definitely is the most fun game on the like actual playing the game.
Yep.
1 page rules with 8 people was the most fun.
Yep.
Especially when it got late and everyone's just talking and it's like, oh wait, hang on, whose turn is it?
We're playing a game here.
Whose turn is it? And then someone randomly piped up and was like, it's been 5 hours, and we all collectively looked at our clocks, watches, whatever, and we're like, oh my god, it's 6 o'clock or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was awesome. It was just good fun.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is like, yeah, half the collection of people there, like half were us, all us chilling in the studs now, and the other half were people we only know because they jumped into the Discord and we've been chatting, and that's our friendship circle now. People we've met through the Discord. So
It's pretty awesome.
very cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to jump in Gameapalooza 3, oh, what are you saying?
You and I also played this game tonight.
Oh, we did.
Cosmos Empires.
Facts.
That was a game given to us, donated to us by Bigger Worlds Games.
No one cares enough about us as individuals to give us stuff. So it was nice that Cosmos did.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to the owner here, Martin, at PAX. And then I ended up chatting to him and he's going, hey, do you want to check this game out for me?
You're like, say less.
I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tabletop game?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get around it.
Yeah.
So it's a fun little card game. You basically build a fleet. You score points by rolling production dice, earning credits, buying more ships, and the first person to build the biggest fleet wins.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about size in this game,
Yep.
and you want the biggest and thickest fleet you can get.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we actually did a playthrough of this, so you'll find that there's a second channel we got called Hobby Homies, where we slap all of our videos and playthroughs and other shenanigans. Link in the description of this one. Go sub to that. I don't know what he does. A bell? Ring a bell or something?
Ring the bell, yeah. Like the video.
And then when that video comes up online, you'll see it.
Yep.
You can watch us play it. I noticed it has a quote on the back that says, "Can we play again, though?"
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Who said that?
Kenzo Harmelin.
I don't know who that is.
No one does. That's the beauty of it. But they really want to play again.
Yeah.
I like that most quotes are like, "This is the most inspiring game I've ever played."
This game changed my life.
Yeah, and this one's like, "Can we play again?"
Yeah. That sums it up, though.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. What was your favourite part about Gameapalooza? I already asked you that, didn't I?
My favourite part is how you
Ignore
keep
that.
asking me the same question over and over again. Like it's fucking Groundhog Day.
What's your favourite part of Gameapalooza?
Oh, now that you mentioned it, I don't know. What's your favourite part about our
patrons? What would you like to see in
patrons?
Gameapalooza 3?
Oh, that's a good question. Unlike your shitty previous ones that you asked me many times over.
What was your favourite part?
My favourite part of Gameapalooza? What I most like to see in Gameapalooza 3. That's tricky because I would love to play. I'd love to play more Shatterpoint, Star Wars Shatterpoint in general, as a human, and more. What was the one we were talking about?
Chain of Command.
Chain of Command.
Yep.
In general, but in Gameapalooza 3, I think I just want to see more little 1-page rules, 8 to 10 player chaos.
I don't want to do that ever again.
Oh, you know what? I want to play that, but like apocalypse mode, like 2 teams.
Yeah. 4v4.
More of that.
Yeah.
I feel like is what's missing. Big game of Sidereal Confluence.
Oh, imagine.
Would be chaos.
Imagine.
But just more homies getting around games.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Sounds good to me.
Good. I'm glad because
Cool.
it's your house, so
Thanks, dude.
we need. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime. Thank you for being a person whose ears you have lent to us and eyes you will give us when ours die because we're old and stare at lights
I
every
need new
week.
eyes.
Huh?
I need new eyes.
Oh, no one cares. Anyway.
I know.
You are blind as a bat, though.
Yeah, I mean, what?
You can't see anything on that screen.
There's a screen?
It's facts. It's facts. Can you get glasses? I think you look quite distinguished.
Oh, thank you. Just distinguished.
Are you okay?
I can't even
We're going to
speak.
end the episode
I can't even speak.
Shane's run out of existence
I'm running out of
juice.
words today.
Ran out of existence juice.
Massive thank you to our patrons. Without you guys, this would be very difficult.
We were talking about that earlier this week.
Yeah.
We were thanking our patrons behind their backs.
Yeah, yeah. Take this.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We were like, how would we have done any of this without our patrons? And we're like, it would look it wouldn't look, because you wouldn't see it, because we wouldn't record it, because it would be so shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be us in our laptops.
With
recording
maybe
in
Discord.
Yeah.
Craig.
Remember Craig?
Oh, no one wants to remember Craig.
For those that remember Craig, you also are probably patrons, and you are the reason Craig doesn't exist. You've automated automation out of the auto. Thank you. Mation.
Yeah. So massive shout outs to our patrons. As always, we've got the goats. We've got Burnsy, Fallen Dinosaur, Gorillock, Axe, Anax, MJ, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We got Brandon W, Moose, Alco, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hockers, Penny, Aggro, Don Hard, Don, Pure Blind, Primal Nerd, Jackson V, and Big Roach. You're all amazing. You unironically keep this podcast afloat.
Yep.
You are the water under this poor laden vessel.
You are the wind beneath our wings.
And we will fly like eagles. Eagles.
How do you even read that from here, dude?
Pick a word on there and tell me which one you want me to read.
Should you go back to it?
Well, we've got Burnsy.
Read main homies. Good luck.
The main homies. We've got... Hang on. Now I've been laughing so much I can't see. Oh, is Mike D still a main homie?
Absolutely.
We got Reese, Lachlan, Matthew, someone else. That's the border for me. That's the border.
Thanks, legends.
Yeah, toodles.
Hooroo.
Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice.